Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're doing well. Today we are doing full glam, full makeup. I'm showing you the makeup that I would wear if I'm going out, if I've got an event in London, like an evening event, dinner, drinks. The kind of makeup where you want it to look flawless, you want it to last a really long time. It's easy to do, it doesn't require much skill at all. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel so that you never miss a thing from me. And with that being said, let's get into the video. I was going to start with just going straight in with my foundation, but I actually want to show you a bit of like a prep because I feel like that sometimes is the most important thing as well. So I'm starting with the Vichy Mineral 89. I love this and I also love the Mineral 89 serum that Vichy do as well. They're both such good products. Then I'm going to add a serum. This is the Sculpted by Amy Connolly Hydra Glow Hydrating Serum. I really like the packaging for this. It's that like wool. This is fairly new in my routine, but I just really like how like lightweight, like really hydrating it feels on the skin. I'm going to go in with another Sculpted by Amy product. This one is Cloud Cream Nourishing Ceramide Moisturizer, and this cream is just like a really nice everyday moisturizer, nice and hydrating, but also it feels really lightweight. It's not like a thick heavy cream, but it is packing like a lot of moisture. I'm going to start with my base and then head on to eyes, just kind of how I normally do my makeup. Starting with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This has changed my life. I'm not even joking. I think I already put it on like my Instagram story being like, this has changed my mind entirely when it comes to primers, because I used to use some that were kind of targeted more towards like glowy skin and like offering like a really smooth base, and I'm like, what is this doing that my moisturizer can't do? I just never found them to be that like worthwhile. But then everyone was raving about this, so obviously I saw it and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna try it. And the way this like leaves you with such a tacky finish on the face, it grips onto your makeup so well. Every single time I've worn it, like I wore it the other day and I changed my outfit 10 times because I filmed 10 different like get ready with me videos for Instagram. My makeup was literally as flawless as when I first applied it in the morning. Before I go in with my base, I'm actually going to do a little bit of spot concealing because I'm having a bit of like a hormonal breakout. This is the Glow Hub Undercover Concealer. This is a full coverage concealer, but it also contains tea tree and salicylic acid, which is really nice. If you do struggle with breakouts, this is a good concealer because it's going to cover it. It's also going to give you that skincare benefit. It's going to help heal them. And I'm just going to apply this with a brush, put it on the back of my hand. I also really like the fact the packaging for this, you have like a cool metal tip. So normally you'd only really see these kind of tips if it's like an under eye concealer, but what I like is that you're not then tempted with like a doe foot to kind of pump it out of the product, put it directly on where your breakout or your active breakouts are, and then dip and like contaminate the rest of the product. This is nice because you squeeze the product out, and with this metal tip it's probably quite easy to clean and sanitize as well. I'm going in before my foundation mainly because I have the tendency to over apply foundation if I'm having a breakout. I go in before so that I can kind of really do the detail with the coverage and then just apply what I need for the rest of my face to get like a really flawless finish. Just gonna pop a little bit of soap brows through my brows. This is the West Barn Co Soap Brow Extra Hold. I love a soap brow. I love the hold that soap brows give. This has no like colour. There's no colour, there's no residue, there's no white kind of ness that you get from soap. This is entirely clear from whether you load up the brush or not. There is no colour with this whatsoever, not even like a white soapy residue. It's so good and it really does just hold your brows all day, which I love. So I like to wet the product with a little bit of setting spray, and then I take a spoolie and just kind of work it into the spoolie, and then I just work it through the brows. There is no residue on my brows whatsoever, nothing. Moving back to the base, also one thing to note with that e.l.f. primer is that you have to wait 30 seconds before you go in and apply your base products just to give it a chance to set and go tacky. So for foundation, there is only one for me at the minute, and that is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. This is like an oldie but a goodie. You are guaranteed to have full coverage, long lasting, flawless skin. The only thing that annoys me with this product is that it doesn't come with a pump. You'd have thought after all these years and all the years that I'm pretty sure we've all complained about this, that they would then introduce a pump to this formula, but no. Still no pump from Estee Lauder. I just kind of dot this all over my face. My absolute favourite brush foundation is the IT Cosmetics 70 Luxe Complexion Perfection No. 7 brush. So it's got the all over like buffing brush, which is amazing, and then you've also got this little like smaller buffing brush which is so good for concealer. So I like to go in with the buffing brush first, and then I will go over this with a sponge just to make sure it's all like seamless and all blended in, and any excess just kind of gets absorbed by the sponge as well, which is really nice. And then going in with my Coco Cosmetics sponge, marshmallow sponge. These get so much hype on TikTok, which is why I bought one, and for good reason. They are so good. They're just so soft. I'm gonna go in with the Made by Mitchell bronzer bronzer. This is in the shade, oh, that was a good catch. This is in the shade Shady Business. Again, this is another product I bought because they're viral on TikTok. I put off buying this for so long. Like, I refuse to buy any of the Mitchell blushes just because they are just so overhyped, but the hype never seemed to die. It just got bigger and bigger, so I was just like, okay, I really need to like just try it. I'm just gonna try it. I was in like a makeup mood where I just wanted to order makeup, so I was like, fuck it. I'm so glad I ordered it because I'm obsessed with it. I actually think this is probably one of the best cream bronzers I've ever tried. I really like blending this out with the Sculpted by Amy Beauty Buffer. It's a very similar concept to the cosmetics one, but I would say it's just that little bit softer and a little bit less dense. I ordered the Rare Beauty bronzer, the one that everyone is obsessed with. It went viral, it sold out along with the blushes. Then Space NK did a restock the other day, so I bought one, and I also bought another Rare Beauty blush as well because they're amazing. And then there's another Made by Mitchell blush. This is in the shade Strawberry Cream, and to be honest with you, when I got this I was like, oh, that looks really pale. I'm not sure if that's actually going to do anything for me or whether or not it's just going to look really ashy on my cheeks. I wore it to an ELF event the other day and I could not get enough of the colour. It's so nice. It's so different from anything I've ever tried before, but it just like, I love it. Got very matte skin going on. I will add a highlight, don't you worry. Right, I'm gonna add my under eye concealer. I'm gonna use I'm using the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear All Over Concealer. It's such a nice concealer. I was expecting it to be like major full coverage, but it's not. It's like a really buttery, creamy concealer. I'd say it's probably more on the medium side, but it just helps to really like brighten and highlight any areas of the face. But like, it's just really lifted. Like, the finish is just flawless. Flawless. It's very matte though. I'm definitely in more of like a glossy cheek highlighter girly. So I'm gonna go in with the Say Glowy Super Gel in the shade Star Glow. I really like this because similar to like the Lisa Eldridge one, which I love, it doesn't have too much shimmer. Like, I've used it on my body and it just gives you the most amazing glow. So I like the little pump on the back of my hand and then really work it into my sponge, and then I just bounce this over the high points of my face just to bring back a little bit of glow. I'm gonna pop a little bit of powder on now. I'm gonna set the base. HOODED Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder in the shade Cherry Blossom Cake, which is like the pink one. So I use a powder puff for this. If you don't already use a powder puff for your powder, honestly, what are you doing? This will change your life. If you the most flawless finish, and it really just sets everything into place. No creasing, no caking, no over powdering. Put you in a bit closer so you can see what I'm doing with the eyes a bit clearer. Also, I would love to apologise right now for my nails. They are a total wreck, but I'm getting them done on Tuesday, so it's fine, but they are actually falling apart. To be honest with you, the product that I'm going to go in after this, quite long wearing on its own anyway, so this is just to even everything out and give me like a really nice blank canvas to work with. So the eyeshadow I'm going to use, I actually picked this up the other day. This is from Vive, which is Jamie Genevieve's makeup brand, which is really good. I got a blush from them as well, which I love, so I'm definitely going to try more from this brand. But this is the Camel Eye one. It's like a really nice warm brown shadow, which works so well like on its own if you want like just a soft wash of colour on the lid for every day, but it also works so well as a base for other eyeshadows. You can build it up and get a bit more of like a smoky vibe. But I am going to use a fluffy brush. I'm just going to blend this out. I'd say the colour of this is really comparable to like if you love bronzer on the eyelids. It's just that really soft warm brown. Love it. And of course, because it is like a pencil formula, it does just like set and doesn't budge, which we love. Super simple, super easy. My favourite eyeliner, if you follow me for a while on any of my socials, you know that I literally love this eyeliner to death. It's the 24/7 Glide On Pencil by Urban Decay in the shade Whiskey. These pencils are so good at just like an everyday liner or in the waterline, or if you're going to do what I'm going to do now, which is use it as like a bit of an eyeshadow base. It's so good. So I'm just going to run this along my lash line, particularly like in the outer third, and then I'm also going to run this like through the crease. You don't have to be precise with this. What I like is that you can be kind of a little bit rough, a little bit messy, just buff out the edges, and it'll just give you like a bit of smoke, a bit of definition, and it's also great to then like layer a slightly deeper eyeshadow on top. Now, because I have hooded eyes, I take that eyeliner into kind of like a fake crease. So what I find is that when I just stick it in my actual crease, when my eyes open you wouldn't see it, so I stick it in kind of this fold here, and give the illusion of having a bit more definition there, and it kind of makes that full bit recede back visually. It's like an optical illusion. I got this little e.l.f. palette the other day, but the colours in it are perfect. Not so much bright yellow. Like this more tan shade here, this is kind of like similar to the eye pencil that I popped on, and then this one is great for like liner or like really smoking out the lash line. You know what, I'm going to use an e.l.f. brush as well to apply this. This came in like a little set from this collection. I love the like groovy vibes, and I'm just taking that kind of bronzy shade just through the crease just to really like smoke everything out and blend everything up. That blended so nicely. Note to self, buy more e.l.f. makeup. I'd probably just leave it here if you want like a matte smoky eye, maybe add a bit of an inner corner highlight, but we are doing full beat, full glam, so I'm gonna add a bit of sparkle, and this is the absolute easiest way to do it. I am obsessed with this eyeshadow from Urban Decay. Moon Dust eyeshadow in the shade Space Cowboy, but when it's on the lid it gives you like this glossy wet look sheen. It just looks so good. I'm gonna build it up as much as I want it. I think, to be honest, that will do for today. I am going to go in with this deeper brown to smoke out my lash line that little bit more in the outer corner. Pop some mascara on. I'm going to use the controversial L'Oreal Telescopic Lift. I really don't understand this brush. This is the second time I've tried this mascara and I don't get it. Like, there's a whole flat side. Also, every time I do mascara, it reminds me that I need to get my Botox topped up because I have forehead lines again and I don't like that. I'm going to add a bit more bronzer to my face. I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I'm going to use a big fluffy brush. These are new brushes from Primark, by the way, and they're amazing. Like really, really high quality. I think this was like £4.50, and they've got like a whole range of face brushes in my local Primark, so I don't know whether they're going to bring out eye ones too. If they do, I need to try them. I'm just going to take this over the cheek, do a bit more sculpting. I'm going to do a little bit of lip contouring before I go in with my lip liner. I'm just going to use my bronzer, and I'm going to take that on the buffy brush. I'm really going to work this into my brush so there's like barely any pigment, and then I'm going to run that around the edge of my lip. So if I add a bit of tan, it just kind of makes it look a little bit more natural. Lip liner, I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Artistry Pencil in the shade Anywhere Caffeine. This is such a nice lip liner. They now stock these pencils in store at the new Sephora in Westfield in London. I went to the store the other day and it was so busy. I was not waiting in the queue. It was like giving me flashbacks to COVID. Like, you know, when we had to queue up to go into like the shopping centre or something. I was triggered, so I was like, no, I think I'll just wait till the hype dies down or they open another store somewhere else. Looking very pouty, we love that. I'm gonna go in and pop a little bit of lipstick on. This is the Kim K lipstick from... Actually, it's Kim KW from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm surprised Charlotte Tilbury hasn't renamed this. I don't think Kimmy has been Kim KW for a long time. I'm going to add a gloss. This is the Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum. Stunning. This is in the shade Nude Glow. I just love a good glossy nude. I'm obsessed with this makeup. I'm going to use the Dior Backstage Blush in the shade Rosy Glow. This is another hyped TikTok product that I was sucked into buying and I've ended up loving, and I'm like, okay, okay, fine. To be honest, the amount that you need to use with this, I will not be using it up anytime soon, so it's all good. Absolutely fine, but it layers so nicely on top of that other blush that we were wearing. I'm gonna set everything into place using the Beauty Crop Glow Milk Mist. Apparently this is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury one. I'm going to add a little bit of highlight just because I can't resist. I'm going to use the Backstage highlighter palette from Dior. Again, this is a palette that is like perfect. It's such a perfect palette. I'm going to use this shade here mixed with this one. Whilst my face is still kind of drying, I'm just going to take that directly on top of my cheekbone. Do not have to my voice there. Cheekbone. And it's just going to give me the most amazing glow. Like, I like the fact that these powders are not really powdery. Like, they kind of look a little bit creamy on the skin. And this is the finished look, the full glam on hooded eyes. It's giving flawless, it's giving, it's just, it's giving. I'm obsessed with it. I would say I would probably add lashes, but I put my mascara on and I forgot that I should probably put my lashes on before my mascara. Yeah, add and adjust and change to whatever suits you. You might prefer a lighter coverage, you might prefer more orange tone blush, but this is just kind of the general vibe that I like to go for if I'm going for like a really nice glam vibe. Hope that made sense. Anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to my channel so that you never miss a thing from me, and I will see you in my next one.